Hi, I am coming to you from Z9designs. And I've heard some crazy things. Yes, they're talking about some foam, something we're supposed to make out of that. And yeah, they're talking about some paper plates. And girl, I got it going on with this paper plate. Yes, I do. And then, a cord. Well, I'm talking on the phone. I guess this is an extension cord. Oh, that's the other thing we were supposed to do. Oh my goodness. Hey, coming to you from Z9 Designs. This is just my imagination. This is a collaboration that we have once a month. So if you'd like to join us, come on out. So just wait and see what I've done. DIY number 1, extension cord bunny jar. The supplies needed include an extension cord, hot glue, blue flowers with pearls, thrifted glass jar, fairy lights, black ink line pen, air-dried clay, styrofoam, and faux fur from Dollar Tree. This was a work in progress, but it came together without too many problems. I was given a jar that had a cork on top, and hey, I used that to my advantage. I cut off the end of the extension cord, and because it had 2 prongs, the ones you plug into the wall, I used that to form the rabbit ears. I took air-dried clay and formed the rabbit's head and ears. Then I used the black ink line pen to make the eyes, the nose, the mouth, but that was done when the clay was dry and it was very hard. The prongs of the extension cord were perfect to form the ears. When it was dry, I added some pink acrylic paint to the inside of the ears and hot glued the rabbit's head to the cork. This way, I can use that cork for any other jar that it might fit. Next, I wrapped the extension cord around the middle of the jar with hot glue. So there's a clear spot at the top and a clear spot at the bottom. That's so when I put the fairy lights in, you can see and have some light. A tail was added made from 1/2 of a styrofoam ball, and I covered it with some faux fur that I had gotten from Dollar Tree. This was a scrap because I had used the faux fur for something else. I added some blue flowers with a pearl in the middle around the neck of the bottle and down the front. And lastly, I threw in some fairy lights, and the rest is history. I was trying to use all of the parts I could, but didn't get a chance to do that. But you'll see that for maybe a DIY later on this year. Just My Imagination is a collaboration where you are informed that you must make 3 DIYs from the chosen items. These items were styrofoam, an extension cord, and paper plates. The hosts include the illustrious Kathy Jo DIY and Rustic and Lace DIY. The guest host is none other than the Singing Crafty Crafter. They are fabulous women that are superb crafters. The link to their channels are listed in the description box below. Also, there are other collaborators that have made items that I am sure you will enjoy watching. The link to the playlist is in the description box below. So let's see what I made from the 3 must-use items. DIY number 2. Paper plate flower. The supplies needed include paper plates, hot glue, yellow cardstock paper, and some jute for the hanger. I found a pattern on YouTube from z9designs. However, I needed to tweak it somewhat because I am using a paper plate for my flower. I traced the pattern on each plate and cut each of the pieces. Because the paper plates are small, I had to cut each petal separately. And then they were hot glued to a circle. And then when I laid the pieces down, then I had to alternate the petals so the gaps would be filled in. This included approximately, I think I used about 22 plates. Then I took one sheet of yellow cardstock paper, this is for the middle, and I folded into 3 pieces of 3 by 12-inch sections. And then I took my scissors and I just made some small cuts into these strips of paper. And then I rolled them, hot gluing them along the way into sections because I think I used 3 of these. And so each time I put a new one on, I had to hot glue it. Well, when this was done, I got a nice center. I think it looks so beautiful. It just makes the flower pop. And it was hot glued to the center of the flower for a stunning appearance. It looks so beautiful with the white and yellow. Let me know what you think of this one. I think this is fabulous. And I have a collection of these, and I'm just going to add this one to my collection. And the interesting thing, or the good thing about it, the center can be anything you want. You can make it any color. You can add glam to it. I did another one some time ago, and it had a half a styrofoam just with cut glass. Looks like a diamond, and it is absolutely beautiful too. So, but we need to move on. We have DIY number 3. I did some styrofoam art, and the supplies needed include a canvas, 24 by 18. I had this in my stash. Styrofoam balls, some gold leaf, sandstone chalk paint, Mod Podge, and gesso. So I painted a white canvas with gesso and just let it dry. But thinking back on it, I really didn't need to put the gesso on it. I think it made it a little challenging in the end. But anyway, it looked fine. Then I painted it with a couple of coats of sandstone acrylic paint, and I just let it dry. And I did this a few times. I don't care how many coats you put on, there was always going to be some spots that you didn't see. But I think that adds to the art piece. I cut several different sizes of styrofoam balls in half and began to make a pattern. And the pattern I was going for was just random. I wasn't going for any, but as I put them on, you can let me know what it sort of looks like. I painted each half of the styrofoam ball in sandstone acrylic paint. In addition, here we go. I made a pattern that looked somewhat like an arrow. These were hot glued onto the canvas, and I used different sizes of styrofoam balls because I wanted it to look, I guess you could say, organic and modern at the same time. Because it looked a little bit plain, I decided to brush some Mod Podge to some of the balls and add gold leaf, and that is what made it pop. I didn't add the gold leaf to each styrofoam ball because I didn't want it to be too matchy. I think this idea would look great in any space. I have it on my wall, but you can display it anywhere. Now for the bonus styrofoam idea. I took 2 styrofoam balls, one 6 inches in circumference and one 5 inches in circumference. I attached them with hot glue and used 2 pieces of wood for the ears. I stole this from another wooden bunny. Oh well, I got an earless bunny running around. A small piece of round wood was used at the bottom for the bunny to stand upright because the styrofoam balls are so light. You have to put something on the bottom so it will stand upright because it seems like anything will just cause it to fall. I had a napkin with bunnies on it, and so I removed the 2 plies from the napkin and used parts of the head and the body for this bunny. And I just used Mod Podge to adhere the napkin to the bunny. And then I tied a ribbon around the neck, and it is so cool what you can make out of styrofoam. Let me know what you think about my bonus. Well, we have gotten to the end, and if you have liked what you've seen, please subscribe, like, save, and comment. Just My Imagination is one of my favorite collaborations because it forces me to think differently. Gotta think kind of outside the box, or maybe inside the box. Crafting is satisfying, but it can also be challenging work. So your encouraging comments make me keep going. Also, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Facebook. And thanks for watching each and every week. I appreciate all of my subscribers. You all are so sweet. And remember, peace doesn't mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of those things and still be calm in your heart. See you later. Bye-bye.